Mr. R.P. Goyal, Director at NHPC, is now joining us to talk more about numbers. Mr. Goyal, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so you had a slightly softish quarter due to lower water availability. But, we understand that there is a very ambitious capacity addition plan which you have set for yourself. And in the next 5 years of the company could be very different than how the last 5 years were looking like because of a transformation which is happening. Can you help us understand what stage are we in right now? Out of the 7,000 megawatt which you have right now, how much are fresh capacities which are coming up, and which financial year by when we can see those additional capacities to be fully functional and contributing to your financials?
Yes. Our present installed capacity is 7,071 megawatt, and we are our present installed capacity is 7,071 megawatt, and we are working on active construction on 10,000 plus megawatt capacity. Out of that capacity, around 7,500 megawatt will be commissioned by 2028, and the balance one of the biggest 2,880 megawatt Debang will be commissioned by 2032. In between, we are expecting 3-4 more projects to take off, and that will also be commissioned by 2032. So you can say by 2032, our installed capacity will be 23,000 as against the present capacity of 7,071 megawatt.
And just one quick follow-up, sir, and the entire new addition will be of your current nature, or are you going towards other green side of, your composition of your capacity will also be changing?
Majority of the capacity will come from hydro only. We are working only on 1,400 megawatt of the solar capacity as of now, and you can say further 1,000 to 1,200 megawatt will be adding by to solar by 2032. So our main focus is on hydro only, and the 85 to 90% of the total investment will be in hydro sector only.
Okay, so mainly you're going to be focusing on hydro sector only. 80 to 85% of your investments would be in the hydro space. But what we also want to understand, if you could just help us, that just a bit in terms of numbers, I want to know that where does then by 2030 that you're giving the target, where does your profitability move on that front as well? How do we see that changing?
At present, our PAT is in the range of 3,800 crore. So by 2030, we are expecting our PAT in the range of 7,500 crore to 8,000 crore.
Mr. Goyal, what are the kind of execution risks are we talking about here? Because the amount of new capacity addition which you are doing, are you adequately funded? Do you have all the is the capacity addition work happening as per schedule, or there are some bottlenecks also because of availability of project executors and etc.?
Our two biggest projects as of now, two biggest projects were running late. That is Swansea 2,000 megawatt in Parthi to 800 megawatt. But these projects are likely to be commissioned within 1 year. As per our plan, Parthi 2 will be commissioned by December 24, and Swansea will be commissioned 3 units in March 25 and rest unit by May 26. So there is no unforeseen condition in these two projects. Rest of the projects are going as per schedule. There is a small delay maybe there because our nature of hard project is like that only. But we are funds are fully tied up, and there is no issue of extra risk as such. But of course, since we are working against the nature, so we face flood, we face geological surprises. But in these two projects, Swansea Parthi, there is no risk because everything has already been in place, and 1 or 2% balance work is left in Parthi, and you can say 5-6% work is left over in Swansea.
Right. What we also understand, Mr. Goyal, is that you will be monetizing some future cash flows of this Dulhasti project to meet some equity requirement of capex. So, could you just please explain how this would work out, or any more details on this front?
Basically, we are monetizing our future cash flow of Dulhasti project, and that will be in the nature of loan only, because you will be paying this money on monthly basis, and it will be utilized as loan only, not as equity. We have sufficient resource for equity funding, but to fulfill the Government of India agenda, we are monetizing our future cash flow, but that is only in the shape of loan only.
Okay, Mr. Goyal, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. It's a pleasure having you on the show and getting insights in terms of the outlook of the company over the next 5 years, 6 years. It's interesting that we'll be keeping an eye out on NHPC, especially with the capex plans that they have.